the authors of the letter, after presenting the letter and were given an opportunity to explain the letter, raised certain legal issues about the constitution of the Traditional Council. And so, in the response, Osien explained to them that by the spirit of the Constitution and the Chieftaincy Act, he has the authority to constitute the Traditional Council, to listen to them. And so, based on our tradition and custom, that is why we are listening to them. But the authors insisted that they wanted to know the list of the registered members of the Traditional Council before they proceed. And in the ensuing discussions, they requested that they were going to, no, the OCA requested them to use the royal father and, as it were, send him behind to go and think about what they have said. And so, when they came back, they said that they went to Abriwa. When they came back, they said that Abriwa advised them to go back to their house and meet their elders. And whatever the elders have advised them, they will come back and tell the Traditional Council. Note, whatever the elders have told them, they will come back and tell the Traditional Council. So the Traditional Council accepted that, but the Traditional Council also decided to go to Abriwa in response to what they have said. And when the Traditional Council came back, they also agreed that Abriwa said she has agreed entirely with their proposition that even though what we are here for is for peace and understanding, they have agreed that they should go back and see their elders back at home, so that the day that they would want to see the Traditional Council, they should let the Traditional Council know, and then the case will continue. So that's, in a nutshell, what the two sides have agreed. And I have endorsed it as the president of the Traditional Council, that they can go back and consult. But again, as our custom demands, if you bring a case to the paramount chief or a chief, and normally they have to pay a fine. But because of the peace process that we are pursuing here, we will not find anybody. And so they will have to go back and, as it were, come and lift us from our seats. That is the other comment that the Traditional Council has mentioned to Okusie Debra and the listen. So I have endorsed that one as well. So Okusie Debra and co would have to do the needful. He also ba Okusie Kule elbote o kwen peku blome. Antem le dedui o kura nyaki de dokon ni libola Okusie Kule. Let us so Klegi Okusie Debra a record me ato yes any record yaba. Si kuranya kidi doki onene pobayo to bagafiki osie ni banotia ni ligbolaba chami wano tokianu.
Hello lovely viewers of Gosa TV and Avatime TV. This afternoon we are privileged to be at the palace of the paramount chief of the Avatime traditional area. His Royal Majesty Osie Ajatepo VII is the paramount chief of the Avatime traditional area. Your Majesty, we are honored to be with you this morning.
I'm also happy to have you, Avatime TV, Gosa TV. Thank you for the good work that you are doing.
Right. Thank you. Now, you called for an emergency meeting today, and then the meeting had to end abruptly. this is not the way you expected it. Can you tell us more about it?
Well, it didn't end up abruptly. It ended up on the matter of procedure.
Okay.
Right? And it is true that I called the traditional council meeting for us to give the opportunity to an author to a letter that has tried to indict OC and the traditional council for perpetrating disturbances in Avatime, Amedzofe. So the emergency meeting was called to give him the opportunity to air his view, because that is the procedure that we adopt in the traditional council. And customarily, if someone has an issue with you, you give the opportunity to the person to listen to him, and then from there you can pick it from there. And legally too, that is the procedure that has begun. So the author says that they think that the Avatime Traditional Council was not properly constituted, and so they think that the matter should not be heard by the Avatime Traditional Council. Fair enough, that is his right. So we have given him his right to go and think about it and come back again. So that is the position of the Traditional Council.
So what's the way forward now?
Well, the way forward is for him. Customarily, when you go in the case, you go and seek counsel from Abrewa. They went to Abrewa. The Avatime Traditional Council also went to Abrewa. And they went to Abrewa and claimed that and said that the Abrewa advised them to go and see their elders back at home. That is fine. And so the Traditional Council also agrees with them, and I also agree with them that they should go back and consult again with their elders before they come back. They have ordered that they have to come back, so the ball lies in their court to come. When they come, we'll listen to them.
Now, their petition, per the way this letter is captioned, destabilization of the peace and unity of Amedzofe by O.C. Ajatepo the 7th and the members of the Avatime Traditional Council. Now, this categorically mentioned your name. What do you make of this allegation? I mean, is it a dent on your image?
Well, I think that is a dent on the author's image in the first place, because this is not a petition. It's just a letter addressed to the registrar. So, because I'm confident that I haven't destabilized the peace, otherwise we wouldn't have buried the Okusi Achimfoli the 5th. Otherwise, there have been chaos in Avatime, Amedzofe. If I have dented their image, or if they have dented my image, I wouldn't have called them to come and listen to me. Customarily, I mean, you don't talk to your paramount chief the way they are talking to your paramount chief. But I leave that one to their own conscience to begin to come back again. So they are my children. You know, I cannot throw them away. So I'm still giving them the opportunity to the extent that they understood that they have to come back. We are waiting for them. I'm not angry with them. I'm not holding them for what they are doing. Whatever they have put there, most of those items have been dealt with. I mean, dealt with previously, and I can attest to that. I wasn't particularly involved in some of those resolutions, you know, but some of them predated my birth. You know, some of them predated their birth. So if they have more evidence, they should just come so that we'll sit down as father and child, father and son, father and this thing, and then we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Now, moving away from that, on Thursday, 13th July, your office issued a press statement addressing the recent happenings in Amedzofe. Can you please throw more light on that?
I want to plead with you that if you want to mention any of the Avatime terms, you could read this Avatime Amedzofe.
Pardon my ignorance.
Good. Yes, I issued a press statement in order to calm the nerves, particularly for those of our people who are outside the traditional area. Okay. Because people have been asking me questions, what is happening and what is happening, and said that I've taken notice of the events there. But I am so happy that beyond the events, there was no conflict. And so just to assure our partners, our friends of Avatime, that the issue is just about a family that is trying to look for a leader. And so if the family looks for two leaders, I want to assure the outside world that that should not prevent them from visiting our tourism sites in Avatime, especially the return tourism product, the Canopy Way. So I pray that that statement would work then. I called on both parties to come together and identify a candidate that they want to respect, because conflict doesn't deal with progress. Yes, conflict only destabilizes. It is not Ocean that is destabilizing, but their own works that are destabilizing their distance. Yes. And so I wouldn't want to comment on the letter I say, because it's before us properly for us to deal with until we listen to them and they give reasons for what that one. I wouldn't want to comment on that yet.
Okay. Now, before we go, Your Majesty, let's talk about Amu Fest. Last year was mega. What should we expect this year, and how are the preparations towards this year's edition?
Super mega, and I think that you are on the ground. You should be telling me how we are prepared. So I'll give you that assignment to go and tell us how prepared we are, because I'm sitting here. If there's any difficulty, they come to me and they will clear it. Yes.
So what should we expect this year's edition?
Oh, you said it was mega. I said super mega.
Super mega. Your Majesty, we are highly honored for your time and attention, and we hope to be here once again.
Yes. Yes, but I want to say that let us not be ostriches in Avatime. Okay. A lot of things are happening in Avatime that do not augur well for peace and development in Avatime, and that breaks my heart and makes me sad, and makes me, maybe this is a time that those things should happen so that I can put structures in place so that we can deal with it. And I'm beginning to put structures in place so that we can deal with these ones. You know, because respect for chieftaincy issues must start from a chief himself. You know, respect for chieftaincy must start from a chief. Your utterances, your actions, and your intentions must be royal. You know, so if you don't pursue that channel of royalty, and you begin to behave as if you are an ordinary person, then you are beating the point. You know. So I know there are issues in Avatime. Issues.Remeber is supposed to be hosting this year's. So you go onto the ground and come and feed me with the information that you have.
Do that.
I'll be waiting for you.
Your Majesty, we are most grateful.
Thank you.